Running a football-based YouTube channel and often casting my gaze towards the comments, as I do, you see a lot of accusations that you hate everyone's club, a fair old amount of friendly abuse, and the occasional death threat. What you'll also find though, particularly since I do quite a lot of international videos, are incredibly passionate football fans from part of the world whose football rarely gets much attention. The stars of the English, Spanish and Italian top flights are global stars, known and indeed celebrated the world over. A national hero in, say, Turkmenistan, who has won the last 8 Golden Boots and is hailed as a god in the country. That's just an example, by the way. The Jokerit Liga actually has a pretty diverse set of top scorers, might not be quite so well known internationally. Today, we take a look at some players who are major figures in either their home country or adopted home, but are pretty obscure to the majority of football fans worldwide. Here are my 7 footballers who are famous in their home countries, but are unknown worldwide. Itumeleng Khune. One club man Itumeleng Khune has spent his entire career playing for South Africa's most successful club Kaizer Chiefs, as well as the South African national team. Markedly short by goalkeeper standards, Khune stands at just 5 foot 11 inches, but his reflexes and distribution are among the best in the business. He has previously been linked with Hannover in Germany, but Khune has said he feels European clubs are put off by his height. Capped 89 times by Bafana Bafana, Khune is probably best known globally for saving a David Villa penalty in the 2009 Confederations Cup and getting sent off at the 2010 World Cup. But in South Africa, and Johannesburg in particular, he is a superstar. Sergei Korolenko. If you asked most people to name as many Belarusian footballers as they possibly can, I suspect fewer than 1% will be able to name you more than one. Naturally, that figure would be a lot higher if you ask people in Belarus, and a little higher in Russia, where a lot of Belarus's internationals tend to ply their trade. Sergei Korolenko is one such player, the veteran centre-forward, still starring in the Russian Premier League now, with Karelia Sovetov Samara at the age of 36. A powerful poacher and target man, Korolenko is the second highest goalscorer in the history of the Belarus national team, and is hailed as a king in both Belarus and Samara. Korolenko did actually play 6 games on loan at Blackpool in 2011, outside of Russia and Belarus, and I think it'd be fair to call him relatively unknown. Percy Tau. The second South African in this 7, some of you will know that Percy Tau is contracted to Brighton in the Premier League, but the 25-year-old has never registered an appearance for the Seagulls. A versatile forward who can play on either flank, up top or in attacking midfield, the last of those 3 probably being his preferred role, Tau has bags of pace and flair. He made a big impression at Mamelodi Sundowns in the ABSA Premiership, preceding a £2.7 million move to Brighton last summer. He spent last season on loan in the second tier of Belgian football, and a permanent move to Belgium has been mooted this summer. For Bafana Bafana, Tau is a star man, already the nation's top scorer in the most recent squad with 9 goals from 22 caps. Omar Rahman. Probably the best known player in this 7 worldwide, Omar Rahman has courted media attention in the past for his performances at the 2012 London Olympics and subsequent 2-week trial at Manchester City. Typically deployed as either an attack midfielder or as a wide player, Rahman has superb technique and vision. A huge celebrity for Dubai club Al Ain, Rahman joined Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia for an injury-plagued season on loan last term. Rahman failed to agree a longer deal with the Saudi outfit, and it seems likely he'll be back at Al Ain next season, remaining a star in the UAE and a virtual unknown outside of the Arab world. Solomon Kverkvelia. Georgia have had a handful of quality players over the years, from Murtaz Kurtslava to Georgi Kinkladze, but the nation's outstanding player right now is Solomon Kverkvelia. A formidable 6'5" centre-back who seems to rise to about 8 foot at full extension, Kverkvelia is unsurprisingly dominant in the air. He has lived in Russia since the age of 17, coming through the youth ranks of Zenit St. Petersburg before starring for Rumen Kazan and current club Lokomotiv Moscow. Aged 27, Kverkvelia is a key man at club level and a huge star with Georgia, but one suspects he isn't the best known outside of Russia and Georgia. Dede. When I tell you a Brazilian named Dede makes this 7, some of you may be thinking, he's not obscure, I know him, he spent 11 years at Borussia Dortmund. And he did, but I'm not talking about that one. The Dede we're referring to has 11 times as many caps for Brazil as his namesake and Dortmund legend. Following 4 years with Vasco da Gama, centre-back Dede joined current club Cruzeiro in 2013, despite rumoured interest from Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea at the time. Now aged 31, Dede has been one of the most consistent and impressive centre-backs in Brazil for close to a decade, but a move to Europe seems unlikely now that the big man is the wrong side of 30. An intelligent and well-rounded central defender, Dede has a fine reputation in Brazil and he deserves a place in this 7. Sunil Chhetri. There can only be one man who tops this 7, and this one goes out to all of our Indian viewers and subscribers. Sunil Chhetri is a legend in footballing circles in India, captaining the Indian national team, with whom he is the all-time record goal scorer and appearance holder. A tally of 71 goals from 111 caps puts Chhetri second to only Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of goals scored by active internationals, and joint 10th of all time. At club level, Chhetri is best associated with current club Bengaluru of the Indian Super League. A really industrious striker or left winger, renowned for his leadership skills, Chhetri has previously been linked with the likes of Leeds United, DC United, LA Galaxy, QPR, Celtic, and the Kansas City Wizards. He once had an unsuccessful trial at Coventry City, where cracker European football would arrive in July 2012. Chhetri was signed by Sporting Club de Portugal, but made just 3 appearances for Sporting's reserve team before returning to India. Now in the autumn of his career, aged 34, Chhetri remains a national hero in India, but virtually unknown outside of South Asia, and he's the perfect candidate to top this 7. That's it for today's 7. Thanks for watching, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and obviously make sure you're subscribed to HITC Sevens. Also, if you're watching on mobile, just try tapping your screen now. Apparently that is sometimes required to bring up our little subscribe button and a couple of other videos that YouTube thinks you might enjoy.